Hello guys, welcome everyone. This is an introduction to FortiManager. We're going to start this session with an overview of this appliance, and next we will take a look at the different platform types to eventually talk about management access. I'm going to show you how to initialize the manager to obtain a command line and GUI connectivity. The FortiManager can be thought of as a integrated system dedicated appliance used for centralized administration and management. The idea behind FortiManager is that we will use it to manage multiple devices. The Fortinet's recommendation is to use it for medium to large networks, or maybe when you're an MSCP, so big environments, when you've got a lot of firewalls, a lot of customers, a lot of departments, to simplify administration and also speed up the deployment. The idea is that instead of connecting to individual firewalls one by one to make our policy changes, and assuming that the policy changes should be unified, of course, doing this multiple times could lead to problems, mistakes, to errors. Instead of doing this one by one, we will perform the configuration on the FortiManager and then send it from the FortiManager to so-called managed devices. So our firewalls, access points, maybe switches. FortiManager is capable of controlling multiple types of Fortinet appliances, not just the firewalls. So the idea is, once again, just to make sure that we are on the same page. Instead of connecting to individual Fortinet systems, we will connect to the FortiManager and make changes, configuration changes on the manager, and then send these changes to managed systems like FG1, FG2, and so on. So this is known as a policy installation, the process of sending those changes for enforcement on our devices. Policy installations, aka policy push, because technically the changes do not take effect until we send them to the managed systems and install them. So the key thing is that when you make changes on the FortiManager itself, they are not automatically in effect. You will need to install the policy, install the changes on the managed systems. Okay, let's now take a look at the actual types of Fortinet appliances supported. This is documented in release notes under supported models, product integration and support. Notice that you can use FortiManager to control a variety of Fortinet appliances. Of course, the firewalls, FortiGates. We've got FortiCarriers, FortiAnalyzer. It is possible to connect Analyzer, integrate Analyzer with the manager as well. You can do FortiCache, FortiDDoS, FortiFirewall, FortiMail. I believe also in some previous versions for the access points, for the web models. Now, to get the actual details, just click on the type of the device to list the actual models. I believe that most, if not all, FortiGates, most of those systems are actually supported by FortiManager. Just make sure to use the right version to match it with the operating system. Just check out if the actual release supports the managed system that you want to integrate with the manager. In terms of key capabilities and features, this is going to be first and foremost centralized management and administration. So as I said, it simplifies administration because the changes will be made in one place, and as they are pushed, the configuration is always going to be the same. Of course, assuming that we want to enforce the same configuration across more than one system. It's possible to build different policy packages with different policies, different configurations, so it doesn't have to be the same exact configuration what we will send to all firewalls. It could be different policies depending on the underlying device. As we will see in other sessions, it will be possible to configure, select the installation targets for a given policy. So for instance, we can come up with 3 policies, one for internal firewalls, one for data center firewalls, and one for SD-WAN, stuff like that. It is very flexible and easy to make these policies and select the policy targets. We're going to come up with just a single management pane with a single console where we will make those changes and manage all those different devices, multiple different systems. Notice that each of the managed device, it corresponds to a dedicated database on the manager, which means that individual settings of those devices, like IP addresses of individual firewalls, maybe their DNS setup, the settings related to the admin accounts, settings local to the device. This is something that will be also fetched, will be also included on the manager, and you will be able to use the manager to change those individual settings on a per device basis. The things that we typically share that will be common is going to be the policy and possibly some other templates, things that you want to kind of like unify across the different platforms. You can also use FortiManager to control revision, policy revisions, which is basically history of changes made from the system. You can use it to enforce firmware upgrades. You can schedule this stuff. You can divide the kind of like split the manager across different administrative domains, ADOMs, like per customer or maybe geographically or for different administrators. So different people have control over different devices, different settings on the manager. You can use it for logging and reporting with or without FortiAnalyzer. You can still configure your managed devices to send log messages to FortiManager, but you can also integrate the manager with FortiAnalyzer, where those managed devices will keep sending log messages to the analyzer, and the analyzer will store them. But FortiManager will be able to access those log messages, view them, and filter. And one of the new features called FortiAI, artificial intelligence. As we will see, this is just a virtual assistant that you can use on FortiManager on the GUI to help you out with different tasks, like to generate a report, maybe tell you how to configure XYZ, generate some command line syntax, stuff like that. Let's now quickly take a look at the different FortiManager platforms. There are actually 3 types of these. We've got physical appliances, the G-series devices as of right now, the virtual appliances like for private clouds, and you could also use FortiManager in a cloud as a platform as a service. You take a look at the details. The actual data sheet can be found on this link here. If we go down to model and specs, we can take a look at, there is also an option to use the subscription model, follow subscription model for cloud and virtual appliances. You can click on any of these and it is going to show you the data sheet for all FortiManagers. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. Okay, so this one is gonna tell you about it's gonna highlight key features of those different appliances, appliance types. So stuff like automation, security fabric, all this stuff is available on FortiManager, advanced monitoring, visibility, troubleshooting. But somewhere down here, they should also give us the actual spec. We see that this is for virtual appliances. and the different types. It tells you how many devices and virtual domains it supports. Okay, what's the virtual CPU number, number of interfaces, memory restrictions. Yeah, and then we've got appliances, the physical stuff, the G series, 240, 400 series, 1000, 3000 series, 3100, 3700G. Obviously, the difference is going to be in storage, in the number of supported devices, and virtual domains for administration. Notice that you can go really high, like up to 100K with the highest end appliance. It's gonna tell you, it's gonna give you the typical specific, regular standard specification for dimensions, environment, stuff like that. And you've got also some information about how to order what's the SKU for this or another type of a platform. We'll now see how to initialize the manager. And my recommendation is going to be just to go ahead and connect to the console, give it an IP address to match your management network, then connect the system and change the IP address on the manager, permit GUI access, possibly remote access for the CLI, and go from there. So we will see how to do this on a brand new FortiManager. I'm going to use the console and we will connect and authenticate as admin with no password. This is the defaults. We will then set a management IP address with config system interface. This syntax is actually the same as what we used to see on the firewall. Okay, in my case, the system was actually ran earlier, so I went for the initial setup wizard. I changed the password, but we will still need to configure the IP address on the management interface. And the management interface I will want to use in this network is going to be port 1. So we will need to set up port 1 to use 172.16.1.210. You guys don't forget to subscribe if you like our content. Thanks! I'm gonna say config system interface. We will add it port 1 and we will say that we wanna set IP to 172.16.1.210/24. We will permit, I'm going to say set allow access. I'm going to say ping HTTP HTTPS. And let's say show. To check out the actual operational settings, you can issue get command. Okay, I don't have an alias. Speed is auto. The mode is static. This is also important for a static IP address. Of course, you could use the HTTP if you wanted. And we will now say end. And also quickly look at the default route config. It's going to be now system, a route where we need to go, and then issue set device and set gateway commands at minimum. Let's see, I'm going to say config system route. We will configure entry number 1. This time it takes a sequence number. And we will say set device. So we have, this is basically all about interface I want to use for the route. It's going to be port 1 because I'm using just one interface on the manager. And then the set gateway is, of course, going to be the next hop. Let's say 172.16.1.1. You don't need to say set destination because the default destination is actually 40/0. It's the default route. Okay, with that in place, well, I'm technically connected to the same local network, so I will not be using the default route to go out of this segment, but I wanted to show you that just in case if the manager is off, it's somewhere else, it's off the network with your managed devices, which is going to be typically the case. It could be the case. Now, if we connect to the PC. Let's see if we can access the GUI. So set allow access was issued, and as we can tell, we can now access the system. Okay, so now it's time to register, activate the license, or start force it to use the free trial. I'm gonna skip this step and we will get back to see how it's gonna look like when we install an evil license. Okay, with the license in place, we can now log in. I'm gonna skip the last FortiManager setup wizard step. We will say upgrade later and finish the setup. This is the main dashboard where we can check out system information, license info, take a look at resources, connected devices. Device manager is where we will spend most of the time, but we will leave it for the next session, same as policy and objects. We also have a manager for SD-WAN, a VPN, access points, FortiSwitch, extender. There is Fabric View, so you could join or configure security fabric group. And there is this FortiAI feature, this virtual assistant. A nice thing is that they give you some examples how you can use it, like to help you create some configuration, generate a report, give you some generate command line syntax scripts. Unfortunately, this is something that requires an additional license for the AI license, so we will not be able to use it here. Okay, FortiGuard is for updates and system settings. As you can tell, it looks pretty similar to, most of these elements, they are pretty similar to what we saw on FortiGate systems. So I would start with customizing the timeouts, maybe the GUI stuff, configure passport policy, admin accounts, basic stuff. This is where you can configure interfaces of the manager, a DNS, SNMP. Task monitor, as we will see, is to check out the progress of the installations. But most of the time, we're gonna spend under policy and objects and device manager. Again, device manager is where we will add our managed systems, and policy and objects is where we will configure our packages, select installation targets, and also install the policy.